Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying your day. It's beautiful out, so if you can open a window and get into something comfy, I think you'll have a great practice. We'll get started in about 3 minutes or so. So just relax, and Lisa will be with you.
Oh, Misty's here. Hi, Misty. I'm assuming she can hear me. And Barbara. Yeah, great. Okay. So I would suggest if you're, here already, we're going to start in just a few minutes while we wait for others to join. But you can actually start right now if you're in a good space for that, and just sort of start quieting your system down and focusing on your breath on your own.
Oh, so good morning, Lisa. It looks like somebody just may have got kicked out, so I'm just going to give them like another 30 seconds to get back in if it was a mistake that they did. So.
Yeah, yeah. I.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, we can hold out a few more minutes if you want
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So
to.
whenever you want to get started, it's good for me. So I see some people are still coming in, and should be a good practice today. So
Yeah, I'll give it. I mean, people can just come right in, or is there a waiting room where you have to admit them still?
people can come right in for this one.
Okay. So I'll give it another minute or two.
Sounds wonderful.
Let it go.
And again, if anyone has any questions for me, my name is Amber Gagliardi. I'm a librarian here at the library, so you can go ahead and send me a message throughout the program or even after. We'll hang around for a few minutes. So if you don't want to ask the question throughout, we will stick around for a few minutes at the end too. So you will have that opportunity as well.
Yeah, I'll just give it one more minute. But as I said, if you're already in a comfortable position, hopefully you can just lower your gaze and begin to focus on your breathing. Okay, so we will get started with the practice. Sitting up nice and tall, or if you prefer to stand. Again, the idea is that you're nice and stable in your seat and comfortable. Let's place one palm on the center of our chest and the other on our lower abdomen. So down below the belly button. And with your gaze lowered or your eyes closed, begin to focus on any sensations that you might feel, particularly where your hands are located. And use this placement as a reminder to fully inhale, nothing forceful, but to take your time with each breath. And then as well to fully exhale. About 5 more breaths just like this. Noticing any sensations. Noticing the quality of your own breathing right now. Gentle but full rounds of breath. Please do one more round and then come to stand on your mat in Samastiti, which is just standing comfortable, legs slightly separated, balance, a little bit of weight on both legs so that you feel nice and grounded. Shoulders relaxed, fingertips gently touching the outer thighs. This idea of touch in yoga can be helpful. First, it's a sensation that we get with our own bodies, but it can also be a reminder of our presence in the current moment and the experience that we're going to have. So just notice what it feels like to stand just like this. Perhaps press your feet into the floor a little bit, shift your weight around a bit. And have your eyes open. And then when you inhale, we'll bring our arms up from the side. You can bring your palms together, again touching them. And as you exhale, lower them down from the side. Let's do that a few more times. The palms don't come comfortably together. Just visualize that they are. And even if you don't bring them together and you just pause here, you might feel some energy anyway. So let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling the arms up. Again, the idea is to stay comfortable with your own body and your own breathing and to move with your own breath. Bringing everything together. And exhale your arms down. Let's turn out the right foot just a bit. Step forward with the left. Let's start with our hands again, placing them over the center of our chest. And as we inhale, we'll bend the knee, open the arms out to the side. And as we exhale, we're going to turn to the left Place one hand on the lower back, the other gently touching the shoulder. When you inhale, come back to the center, arms are extended, chest is open, and back to the starting position. Hands over the heart, legs straight. We'll do that 2 more times in the same way. So inhale, we bend the front knee, we open our arms out wide. Exhale, we twist and turn to the left. Again, try not to grasp the shoulder, just gently touch it. Come back to center with the inhale, starting position as you exhale. 1 more time, just like that. Next round, we're going to stay for 1 breath in the twist. Same movement, inhaling, opening, exhaling, twisting, and we'll stay for a full round of breath. Come center as you inhale, starting position as you exhale. Same, we're going to stay for 3 breaths in the twist. So depending on what that 1 breath felt like, again, you can stay for 1, but if you're nice and comfortable, as indicated by your breath, we'll stay for up to 3 breaths this time. And after your 3rd breath, come back to center with the inhale and exhale to the starting position. Before we step back, just lower your head a tiny bit and take 1 breath right here. And then step back, and we'll switch sides. So 3 rounds dynamically, then we stay for 1 breath, then we stay for 3 in the twist. I'll lead you through. Inhale, bend the knee, open the arms. Exhale, this time we're twisting to the right. As you inhale, come back to center and starting position. 2 more times just like that. Opening with the inhalation, bringing the breath in. Exhale, twisting. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, starting position. 1 more time, just like this. Be mindful of the front knee. Keep it nice and steady. In other words, don't let it collapse in or move too far out. You want to keep it centered over the toes. This round will stay for 1 breath. Again, be careful not to tug on the shoulder. It's just a gentle little placement of the hand. And this last round will stay for 3 breaths. When you stay, in addition to counting for yourself, try to take note of as much of your body as you can. So becoming present through the body so that you can move with intention. Your mind is focused on connecting your body and your breath. When you come back to the starting position, again, just lower the head and drop. Take 1 breath right here. And then step back. Let's clasp our hands over the center of our chest again. Have your feet slightly separated. And as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, flipping the palms and bring them up overhead. As you exhale, lean to the left, take one breath. You inhale, come back to center, and then exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, center, and exhale, release the clasp, bend forward, hands to the floor of your legs, and one breath here. Lead with the arms as you begin to inhale and come all the way back up to standing. Exhale the hands back to the chest, clasping them here. Same way. So inhale, we flip the palms, stretch the arms forward and up. And on the exhale, we bend to the left for one breath. Always remember, if there's any discomfort, you can release the clasp. You can bend your elbows. Coming center with your inhalation, the spine is aligned. And as you exhale, leaning the opposite way. One breath. Be sure to find a comfortable place for your head while you're doing this. Inhale, center. Then again, as you exhale, release the clasp. Bend forward. One breath. The hands don't reach the floor. Make sure they rest on your leg. Or if you're using a chair to bend to, let them rest there. Up and exhale back to the chest. One more time in the same way, and then we'll do a little variation. So bringing them up with the inhale, feel that length. Exhale, lean, one breath. Center as you inhale. Remember, it's important to move with your own breathing. This way you're not holding the breath, but you're using the breath, bending forward as we exhale to help loosen any knots and to help create space throughout our whole system. So up with the inhale and exhale, clasping. Hands are on what we call the heart center. One more time, we're going to increase the stay as long as you feel comfortable. Lean, we'll stay for 3 breaths. And when you come up, inhaling, leaning the opposite way as you exhale for 3 breaths. Center as you inhale, release, bend forward, exhale, also 3 breaths here. You can have a little bend in your knees. Each exhale, really let your spine relax. And again, with the inhale, lead with the arms. So they're framing your ears, helping to lengthen the spine. And exhaling the arms down from the front. Let's step forward with the left leg. As you inhale, bring both arms up. As you exhale, we're going to bend over that front leg. Place your hands on the leg, even if you can come to the floor. As you inhale, visualize perhaps notice that you can lengthen your spine with the inhalation. Keep the neck in line though, don't crank it upwards. And then as you exhale, go down a little bit further if you're able to do so. One breath. Inhale, come up just a little bit. Exhale, relax your spine. Inhale, arms alongside the ears and continue all the way up. And exhale, the arms down from the front. So we're taking a moment, instead of going all the way down, just sort of go partially, lengthen the spine a little bit, and then use the next exhale to go a little bit further down, if that's comfortable, right? Inhale the arms up. We exhale, go partially. So try not to put your hands right on your knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, go down. Further, bring your head towards your knee. Stay for a breath. And when we do this on the way in, we do it on the way out. So inhale, slide up a little bit. Exhale, let the back relax. Inhale, arms up all the way. Exhale, the arms down. One more time. Notice how we always bend forward on an exhale. We inhale, create some space. Exhale, come down a bit more for one breath. If you find that you need a little more stability, you can come up in the same way. You can put your hand on your thigh. And then stretch your arms along your ears and come up the rest of the way. Exhale the arms down. Stepping back, and we'll switch sides. So we're doing 3 rounds with this particular technique. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, go part of the way so your torso is more or less parallel. Inhale, feel length in the spine. And when you exhale, go further down. One breath. Again, if your hands don't reach the floor, let them just go further down on the leg. And then as you inhale, come up. Exhale, let the back relax. Arms alongside the ears with the next inhale and continue up. Exhale the arms down. 2 more rounds. Again, we don't want to put any weight right on the knee. Just a sensitive area. And again, you can keep a bend in the leg. And 1 more round. Same way. But you may be noticing how this feels different on one side versus the other. Again, part of what we try to do in yoga is bring awareness at different levels of our system, but obviously including the body. And when we practice from one side to the other, we notice perhaps subtle differences, but sometimes they may be more than subtle, so that we can work with them over time, stepping back. Okay, let's do the same, but we're going to not one side or the other, right? We're going to do both sides now. Just a few rounds. So bring the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, bend forward, but just about halfway. So your torso is more or less parallel. As you inhale, feel the spine lengthen. Your neck is still in line with your spine. And as you exhale, go down further, hands on your legs, the floor. Take another breath right here. And then slide back up partially on the inhale. Exhale, let it all relax. Inhale, the arms go out, and we continue up in the same breath. And we exhale the arms down from the front. One more time, just like that. Just to bring some awareness to when we do it this way as opposed to one side at a time. Take a few breaths when you bend forward fully. And then slide up with the inhale. Exhale, let it relax. Arms, frame your ears and continue up with the breath. And exhale, the arms down. Let's come down to sit back on our knees, okay? So we'll sit back on our heels, really, but this is a very deep bend for the knees. So you may want to put a little cushioning under the knees. You may want to sit up on something so it's not so intense. You can also start from a raised knee position. And I'll show you again how to do it from a standing position if this is too intense for anybody. So we'll just run through it once and give me a moment and I'll show you from standing in a second. So as you inhale, come up onto the knees, bring the arms up. As you exhale, bend forward, bringing your forearm and forehead down to the floor or close. Here's another instance where you can put a blanket or something if your forehead doesn't reach the floor. Inhale, come onto all fours. And exhale, we're going to reverse the sequence. So go right back down. Inhale, come up onto the knees, arms up. And exhale, starting position. Let's do that one more time in the same way. So with the inhale, we raise up, we bring our arms up. As we exhale, we bend forward. As we inhale, we come onto all fours. And then reverse. With the exhale, we go back down. With the inhale, we're coming up. And as we exhale, we're seated. So it's the same if you're standing, that's more comfortable for you. Inhaling, if you're on the floor, you can continue at the same pace. As you exhale, you bend forward. As you inhale, if you're on the floor, it's all fours. If you're standing, you're just shifting your weight forward. You arch your back, and then again, as you exhale, you go back into the forward bend, either on the floor or standing. Inhale, standing up, or raise knees, arms are up, and exhale to your starting position. Let's try that one more time with your eyes closed. Just go at your own pace, noticing with the inhale, you're opening, creating space. And as you exhale, you're contracting, but relaxing and providing balance to what you just did. You inhale, opening, exhale, relaxing. Up, and then starting position. I'm going to do one more time, But let's take one breath in each part of the sequence, just to give ourselves a little more time to notice what each part of the sequence feels like. All right, so inhale, coming up, staying here for around a breath. And as you exhale, bend forward, again staying here. When you inhale, come forward onto all fours. One breath. And as you exhale, go back into the forward bend. Again, one breath in place. Then inhale, raise knees, arms are up, one breath. And exhale, starting position. Let's place our hands over the center of our chest. Nod the head a little bit forward. Just take a few breaths here. Checking in with yourself, but also giving yourself a moment to think about what brought you to practice today. And then come to lie on your back. We'll do a few rounds of Apanasana before we settle in just for a little rest. Legs are comfortable, knees are bent, fingers are resting gently on the knees, pointing towards the toes. Remember, you can always place your hands on the back of the thighs. Arms are straight, chin is tucked a bit, head stays on the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, guide the knees in towards the body. Let's come in a little bit wider than normal. And inhale, guide the knees forward, but the hands stay in place, right? So as we exhale, we're drawing the knees in and bringing them a little bit wider. As we inhale, we bring them forward and back together. You can close your eyes and continue this a few more times. This idea of creating space in our system happens on both components of the breath in different ways, right? So when we exhale and guide the knees in, notice how your belly is naturally contracting. So we're letting go so that when we inhale, move the knees forward, or any other position, we can bring more in, right? So we create space by letting go. You can think of the exhale in that way. Fill and nourish yourself with the inhalation fully. One more round. And then place your feet down. Stretch your legs out on the floor so the back of your legs are resting. And if you're unable to be on the floor, and you've been here before, then you're in a chair, sitting comfortably. Perhaps separate your legs a little bit, but let your feet stay nice and grounded on the floor. Let your arms be comfortable. That could be in your lap. Here on the floor, just move them away from your body a little bit. Have your palms facing up. And then just like earlier, we're going to place one palm on the center of our chest, the other back down on our lower abdomen, below our belly button. Let your elbows be relaxed. And bring your full attention back to the breath. Notice how it may have shifted from when you did this placement earlier. Continue to use it as a reminder to focus on the breath and its movement, knowing that each inhalation can perhaps lengthen it a little bit without forcing it, is bringing in spaciousness, perhaps nourishment for your system in some way. And as you exhale and gently contract your belly from the placement of the lower hand, letting go, relaxing your system so that you can bring in more breath and move your prana, your life force, a bit more. So take a few more breaths in this way. With your placement of the hands as they are, visualizing that with each inhale you are indeed bringing in some form of nourishment to your system. And with each exhale, as you relax, you are spreading that nourishment throughout. And as you do that for a few more breaths, we'll just do a little bit of chanting. This particular chant that I'll share with you is called the Ayur Mantra. And it is focused on bringing life, force, and health to all different parts of our system. So that could be our eyesight, our breathing, our digestive system, etc. And if there's any part of your system that you feel needs a bit more nourishment or attention, please give some extra focus to that. Maybe you want to place your hands in a way that you can connect deeper with that area. Om Ayodehi Om Pranandehi Om Apanandehi Om Vyanandehi Om Chakshurdehi Om Shrutrandehi Om Manodehi Om Vachandehi Om Atmanandehi Om Pratishtandehi Om Mandehi Om Maidehi. So let your arms come back to relax alongside your body. If you had one placed on your heart center and one on your lower belly, or chose a different placement. And then bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. And bring your arms up to shoulder height. We're going to step our feet apart with our knees bent, about hip width or so. And as you inhale, going to bring both knees over to the left, turn your head to the right. And as you inhale, come back to the center with the head and knees. And exhale, bring the knees to the right and turn your head left. Keep the feet on the floor. Inhale, back to center. Same way, one more time to each side. So twisting on the exhale. Coming center on the inhale. And twisting to the opposite side as you exhale again. Inhale to center. This time when we twist and exhale to the left and turn our head to the right, we're going to stay for 3 breaths. So again, because everybody's breath is different, after you take your 3rd breath, come back to center on the inhale, just like before, and then switch sides. Come back to center on your inhale. Let's separate our feet just a little bit more. We're going to twist one more time. Exhaling, bringing the knees to the left, turning our head right. This time we'll stay for 5 or 6 breaths. You might notice how just separating the legs a little bit more brings a different experience, and if you need to adjust that in any way, please do. Come always center with your inhale, and then do the same number of breaths on the opposite side. Palms can be up or down, either way is fine. Come back to center after your 5th or so breath. And then walk your feet in a little bit more if you can, comfortably. Bring your feet closer together as well. We're going to bring our hands back to the center of our chest, clasping them in place over the heart. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the arms up, flip the palms, bring them overhead to the floor behind you, just like before. And open our knees away from each other so that the bottoms of our feet come together and our hips are nice and open. We're going to stay here for about 6 breaths. So you can adjust by moving your feet slightly forward if that feels more comfortable. And you can also bring them in closer. You can also relax the arms and release the clasp. Two more breaths. And as you next exhale, lift the arms up, bring the knees together, bring the hands back to the center of your chest. You're going to roll over onto one side, keeping the knees bent. Extend both arms out at shoulder height, placing one palm inside the other. And as you inhale, take the top arm, bring it up, and follow it with your gaze over to the floor behind you. So this is also a twist, but more of an open twist. And as you exhale, bring the arm back up and over to rest in the other palm. So palm to palm on the floor at shoulder height with the arms. Same way. Let's do that a few more times. As you inhale, bring the arm up and over to the floor or towards the floor if your hand doesn't come all the way. And as you exhale, bring it back to the starting position. One more time, moving dynamically, meaning opening and bringing it back as you exhale. And then this time, let's open again with the inhale. And let's stay here for 2 or 3 breaths. You might have a different experience with this sort of twist versus the other types that we were doing before. And then come to roll onto your back. Keep your arms out at shoulder height. Take your time. Roll over onto the opposite side. And again, bring the arms out at shoulder height, palm to palm, knees are bent. And as you inhale, bring the top arm up and over to the floor behind you. Follow it with your neck and gaze, if that allows. Exhale, bring it back. 2 more times, moving dynamically. Each inhale, opening. And when you exhale, bring the arm up and back over to rest your palm. One more time, that way. And this last time, bring the arm up, and again, we'll stay for 2 or 3 breaths. This time, as you exhale, bring the arm up and over. Let the palm rest in the other. And then bend your arms and just take a few breaths resting right here. Come to sit up. Your legs extended out in front. Have your toes pointing upwards. Bring your hands alongside your hips, pointing forwards. Dandasana or stick pose. Gaze down at your toes. Keep your chest nice and lifted and open. And then relax. Move your legs around a little bit. And as you inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, bend forward. Touch your toes, your legs, whatever is accessible and comfortable. We'll do that a few more times dynamically. So up with each inhale and bending forward with each exhale. One more time, moving dynamically. Coming up. This time as you bend forward, perhaps bend your knees if you need to, but see if you can grab onto your big toes. Again, it's fine to bend the knees. And then bend them fully so that you can draw your legs in. Have the bottoms of your feet together. Your hips are wide open and your clasped hands are underneath the bottom of your feet. Close your eyes for a moment. And just move your knees very slowly, very gently, up and down at your own pace. And one more time. And stretch the legs back out again. Bring your arms up. And we'll bend forward one more time. We'll stay here for a few breaths. You can always put something under the knees as well, or just simply bend them. And try not to round the back. Keep it nice and long. And on your next breath, come all the way up and lower the arms down from the front. And come to a comfortable cross-legged position. I'm actually going to come sit closer. And closing your eyes, or maybe let's take a moment just to take a look at what we'll do next. I'm going to cup our fingers more or less. I'm going to place them in the center of our chest. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. I'm going to let our other hand relax wherever it is. And each time that we inhale, I'm going to gently tap this space. And when you exhale, we're going to stay and spread the fingers so that the palm lays on this place. So that's all. Each inhale, we tap a few times, whatever pace feels appropriate. And then as you exhale, we're moving the fingers out, spreading that energy. Inhale, drawing in some nourishment, reminding ourselves to be present, to come from this place. And as we exhale, spreading that energy throughout. Do that a few more times, closing your eyes, reminding yourself that this is a very, very simple practice that involves touch, focus, breath. It can be very grounding. You can really do this anywhere as well. Let's do that just a few more times. One more time, and this time as you exhale and spread your fingers outwards, let them stay here, and then bring the other palm to also rest in this place. Keep your gaze lowered or your eyes completely closed. Take a few more breaths, checking in, noticing how your whole system feels. Again, if there's any part of that system that you feel needs a little more attention, can send a few breaths to that area. Can also set an intention to take care of that area. Remember, like with yoga, we're very focused on bringing different parts together, our mind, our body, our breathing, as well as some other layers, but they're all considered to be interrelated, so that when we affect one of those areas intentionally or just reaction, we're also having an effect on the other areas. So the more present we can be and aware, we can work to keep our system in a more sattvic or more balanced state. We'll finish the practice there for today. So hopefully some of the things we did, even this little tapping, these are tools that you can use in your own way throughout your day without necessarily doing, an hour practice. Okay, and so we have one more class next week. We'll incorporate some other tools as well. Hopefully some things that you can continue to work with. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. And there are, if you have any questions, you can reach out